Okay, right. Boy, have I got one for you now, Kieran.
I can see one of their songs right off the bat of it, top of it, called "Libidinous," in brackets, a pig with cocks in its eyes. So I'm looking
Yes.
forward to
Well, that
this.
is not the one I've gone for. We are talking about the band Anaal Nathrak, who are a British extreme metal band, black and death metal, grindcore, industrial metal. What I got to say, they're quite hard to categorize. Really, what they are is absolutely abrasive. is the best word I can describe them.
To quote Roy from the
But
IT crowd, is there anything about them that's not manly?
fair enough. So this song is from their 11th studio album called Endarkenment, which was released on the 2nd of October. I listened to it last week and I was just mouth open all the way through. It's overwhelming.
Mm.
You know, that's the best way I can describe this album. It is most definitely a soundtrack to the nihilistic world that we're living in at the moment, you know?
All right.
And it's very much an acquired taste, you know? So
Yeah.
this band, Anaal Nathrak, they formed in Birmingham, England. They're currently signed to Metal Blade Records. Their band's name is Irish for snake's breath, apparently. I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. It's taken from the Merlin's Charm of Making in John Boorman's 1981 film Excalibur, which I believe had Liam Neeson and Patrick Stewart in. And they've released 10 studio albums, one EP, one compilation album. They've been praised for mixing elements of grindcore, black metal, death metal, industrial, and other genres. And the other genres thing is interesting because I want to hear your immediate thoughts on these clean vocals whilst we're listening to it. But anyway, so this song is called Feeding the Death Machine, which I would say is my pick of this album as my favorite song from it, probably. Let's do this. Are you nervous about this one?
I mean, I've been holding off this because you wanted me to react to it. Otherwise, I would have listened to it sooner. Because I have listened to.
Yeah. So this song is Anaal Nathrak and Feeding the Death Machine. 3, 2, 1, go.
Starting off strong, I like it.
I gotta say, this is probably one of the less mental tracks on this album, but that's not saying much because this track is still absolutely batshit insane.
Ooh. Doesn't sound like a traditional black metal vocal. It's just kind of got a mix in there.
Slightly.
Oh. That is so different. What is going on?
I know, right?
Why am I listening to power metal? It's just like walking
I
to
know,
the
it's
bar.
power metal, right? That's what I was hoping you would say. It's so strange.
So a power metal vocalist walks into a bar.
I don't even know if they've employed clean vocals in the past, this band, but it works so well in a weird way.
I love this black metal inspired riff as well. It really,
Sure.
the more you hear it, it gets increasingly better. I love that bit, just that bloody chugging of the...
Very chuggy riffage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost kind of mellow death rather than like black metal, intrinsically.
Right, straight after this podcast, I'm listening to this album all the way through.
There we go, I've done my job.
And we're not even all the way through the song yet. I'm also having a sandwich as well because I'm hungry.
Yeah, fair dues.
I remember the album that took me by surprise last year was Cattle Decapitation's album. If you like this, you'll like that album. Most definitely.
There it is. Solo.
Ooh.
Again, when I saw that Anaal Nathrak released an album and everyone on Mosh Talks was raving about it, I did not expect solos like this or clean vocals like that.
Nah.
Or just straight up groovy riffage like this. I just thought it was just going to be an absolute bombardment of sort of discordant chaos.
It's kind of reminiscent of the Orbit Culture reaction, wasn't it? Because you don't expect those thrashy vocals to that death metal growling.
This chorus is so hooky, it's ridiculous. An unperson of fear, we vermin of the tears, castrated by events, I'm just an architect.
Castrated by events?
Castrated by events, which I feel like is a nice metaphor to sum up 2020.
Is that why there's cocks in the pig's eyes?
Yeah, there's a lot of I don't know, genitalia references in this. It's but there we go. That was Feeding the Death Machine by Anaal Nathrak from their latest album, Endarkenment. What are your immediate thoughts on that tune?
I mean, I'm already like shaking, so I'm gonna have to like hold that thought on what the reaction is.
Well, it's amazing how songs can elicit emotional responses such as that from people. You know, that's what you want in a good song.
I mean, well, like I said, I'm going to listen to the album just straight after this podcast.
Like I said, that compared to some of the other songs on the album, that was like barely scratched the surface of how mental this album actually is. But this song was written on the day of the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, after hearing an interview with a prisoner who survived simply because she could play the cello. So
it's got its historic symbolism as well in it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, so we have cello exclusion in feudal choice in complete absence of human growth is a line from the first verse. So apparently the song draws on Jens Bjørneboe's devastating technique of horrifying the reader precisely by mentioning incomprehensibly horrific events in an apparently matter-of-fact style and without touching upon the actual horror. This text concentrates on the role of perhaps the most contemptible figure of all, the craven, self-excusing bureaucrat. So yeah, again, castrated by events, I'm just an architect, and I'm person of fear, we vermin of the tears. Like, there's a lot to take from that metaphorical wise, you know.
Yep. Well, I'm sure I'm not a fan of being castrated, but less I say about that, the better.
Oh, there you go. That was that was a hell of a song.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
And I'm glad it makes you want to check out more of the album. Anyway,
I thought you were just going to say I'm glad it makes you want to cut your balls off. No, thank you.
Well, there we go then.